There are a few basic ways to start building the 3D scene in Qt Modeler. If you know where your data is on your hard drive, you can click the Open or Add Models button, select your model, that's a 3D model, either DEM, DSM, point cloud, etc., and load that into the scene. Similarly, if you know where your data is, you can just drag and drop into Qt Modeler. Select a file, that's a 3D file, and drag it into the scene. But probably the most useful way to start building your scene is with the search tool. So let's open it up. That's the binoculars button, upper left on the button bar. There are three basic sections. One, define what media you want to search, meaning where on your computer. Define your area of interest, that means where on the earth. Tell Qt Modeler what kind of stuff you're looking for, and then find the models. Here we go. So let's click Select Directory. I'm going to choose my desktop, my data folder, and I'm not going to drill down any further. I'm going to stop there, search my data folder. You probably always want to err on the side of a higher level folder there. Now, where on the earth, since you're probably a DoD user, you're going to want to select the MGRS tab. There are 5 tabs here. They're kind of hard to see. And then input an MGRS grid, a 10-digit grid. It doesn't have to be 10 digits. Capitals don't matter. Spaces don't matter. I've got a grid. This is called Objective Reno. 15 Tango X-Ray Hotel 46321 94270. You probably don't want the default 100 meter search radius. So I set mine to 3,000 meters here, and I'm going to tell Qt Modeler what kind of stuff I'm looking for. I want surface data, meaning DEMs, DSMs, DTMs. I don't want point clouds, that's 3D point data. I do want color imagery. I don't want vectors. So these are the kinds of buckets of data that you can search for. When I'm done, I just click this Find Data button. Qt Modeler looks at this grid and gives me all the data, meaning imagery and data. If you search 2 kinds of data at the same time, you probably want to sort by type first. I always start with the 3D thing, so I'm looking for surfaces. Raster just means 2D imagery. So let's break this problem into 3D and 2D. Load your DSM, load data. And then I'm going to find an image. You wouldn't necessarily know this if you weren't familiar with this data, but I'm going to load the mosaic, which means that's essentially an aggregate image of all these put together. Load data again. And now I have a 3D scene loaded with a color image overlaid on top. Lastly, I probably want to load the search point as a marker so I don't have to fumble around in the scene. Markers are a word for point. Once I do that, then I can see in the 3D scene exactly the point that I was looking for. And now I can right click on it in the layer tree and rename that. Since I call this Objective Reno, I just type in Objective Reno. Okay. That's it. That's a basic search.